Hi and welcome everyone. My name is Shauna and I'm here with Adaptive Adventures for an adaptive chair yoga class. And today's focus will be breath coordinated movement. So we'll focus on the upper body and breath movements coordinated with that. All right, so let's all find our seat and sit in a way that makes you feel really good about yourself. Like you just feel dignified and upright and comfortable and exactly the way you want to be today at this moment. And then close your eyes once you find that comfortable spot. And with your eyes closed, can you take a scan of your, let's say, your psycho-emotional body? How are you feeling today? What emotion might be dominant? Is there a persistent thought or something that is forefronted for you right now? See if you can describe your condition to yourself. Do you feel active, sluggish, anxious, calm, sleepy, active, alert? Anything that you feel, see if you can come to a description of how you're feeling right now. And then just settle with that and breathe into it for a few breaths. All right. Now, when you've made maybe contact and picked a word that fits your feeling right now, with your eyes closed, scan your body and see if what you're feeling on the physical level is a match for what you're feeling on the emotional or mental level. So if you're feeling strong today, when you scan your body, do you feel strength emanating? If you're feeling anxious, can you find a spot in your body that's holding the tension, and can you address that and release it? If you're feeling a little sluggish, can you use your breath to navigate through your body and stimulate you, wake you up? So just find a relationship between that. And now for a few breaths, we're going to follow our breath. So you can keep your eyes closed. That's always a little bit better for being aware of sensation when the eyes are closed. So you only have two thoughts that you need to remember at this time. And this is how it goes. I breathe in, my lungs fill. I breathe out, my lungs empty. So just try slowing down, making the breath more spacious, taking a little longer to inhale, letting the rib cage expand, and then taking a little longer to exhale and feeling that navel move back towards the spine as your belly deflates when your lungs empty. So inhaling, feeling the navel move away from the spine. Exhaling, feeling the navel move back without effort on your part. Inhaling, feeling the lungs fill. And exhaling, feeling the lungs empty. And then using that little mantra. I breathe in, my lungs fill. I breathe out, my lungs empty. And see if you can hear that in your mind for the next couple breaths. And as your body acclimates, it may want to breathe a little bit more or longer on the way in, or take a little longer to empty out. And just accommodate that. So the idea is like we're stretching time and slowing it down. And the more we slow down our breath, the more we slow down our thoughts and make more space in between them. And we can begin to feel a sense of stillness. So seeking stillness as you slow down your breath and repeat that mantra. I breathe in, my lungs fill. I breathe out, my lungs empty. As you continue to do this, see if you can also associate this. When you inhale and your lungs fill, notice that your physical body seems stimulated. There's a little surge of energy that comes with an inhale. And when you exhale and your lungs empty, observe a sense of profound calm that comes over you, or begin to cultivate that if you're not aware of it. So inhaling stimulates the physical body, and exhales calm the energetic body. Let's take 2 more breaths like that. Just repeating our mantra, feeling the breath in the body, feeling it enter on the inhale, feeling it leave the body on the out breath. And then gently open your eyes when you finish that. Now, hopefully we've established a little bit of a slower and a calmer breath, and see if you can keep that for most of what we do. I will be having us go through movements, but those movements will generally be slow and flowing and smooth, so they can accommodate these longer inhales and deeper exhales. Let's start with just the right wrist. Please bring just a soft fist up next to your shoulder, no special place, just up. And then take 5 or 6 circles with that wrist. Just want to open up the wrist. Making the biggest circle you can. Imagine you're drawing with that knuckle of your index finger. And then let's reverse the direction and do 5 or 6 times again in the other direction. And then take your hand and just shake it out. Lay your hand on your lap and just take a moment to notice the difference in sensation between your right hand and your left. So just these subtle differences. Bringing the left hand up. Let's draw 5 or 6 circles here. You're really drawing into the sand. And then reversing it. And then shaking the hand out. All right, now bring all your fingertips together in front of your heart. So this is an exercise for us to recognize our breathing a little bit more, and we can think of our hands like a flower. So this is the flower bud, say right in front of our hearts. Now when you take an inhale, swing your arms out and open up your fingers, broaden your chest, you can even look up a little bit, and this will be our inhale. When you exhale, bring your fingers back together again, sort of tightly like flower buds right in front of your heart. So this is your exhale. So we'll just do this a few more times now. So on an inhale, let your lungs open like a flower blooming. Take the hands out and wide and look up. When you begin your exhale, bring your fingertips together and then bring your hands together in front of your heart and lower your chin a little bit. Inhaling and exhaling. 2 more times like this. So your rhythm may be a little slower or a little faster than mine. Feel free to follow your own rhythm. But the idea of emptying the lungs, so that little flower bud, and then filling the lungs, full blooming flower, and then bringing it back. You can relax your hands now, and I'll show you, we'll do one more breath pattern here, and then it'll be more about movement with the breath. So this is called breath of joy, and I've done this off and on in different ways. So this particular breath of joy has 3 little short inhales. So you go like that, and then a long exhale, and you can exhale out of the mouth. And this is what it'll look like, all right? So it'll be like that. You swing your arms down and then come back, all right? So let's do this together. So it's the arms going forward, out to the sides, and up, and each one has a short little inhale. So you don't exhale in between. You just breathe 3 little short breaths, and then a long exhale out of your mouth as you swing your arms back and fold, okay? And as always with breath work, if this is like, oh gosh, this does not feel good in my body, then you adapt it and turn it into whatever you like. And if you hate it all, then you just inhale up and exhale down. That's fine too. All right. So let's give it a try. All right, so you're sitting tall, your spine is long, activated your abdominal muscles a little. You've relaxed your shoulders back and down. And the crown of your head is right over the center of your heart. And that passes right down behind your navel and through the center of your pelvic floor. So you're upright. All right, when you are ready, then we come right back. Up. One more. And then come back to 7. All right. A little bit more stimulated. That's the goal of that. Is those 3 short inhales is to really stimulate you, and then that long exhale coupled with folding over helps you exhale very deeply. All right. So let's do a little something with our shoulders now. Have your arms long by your sides. And when you inhale, just shrug your right shoulder up, and then exhale, let it drop, and say when you drop it. So let's do the right shoulder 3 more times. So inhaling, squeeze it and pause for a moment, and then and inhale, hold, and one more time. Inhale, hold, squeeze, and drop it. All right. Hopefully we shook out some of that tension, those patterns where we might hold our back in a certain way. We tend to round forward, so the muscles in the back get really overstretched and the muscles in the front get short. So we're taking that back and up. All right, let's try the left shoulder now. So when you're ready, inhale, hold, get a little taller while you're holding, and then let gravity do the work. Inhaling up, hold, and exhale down. 2 more times. One more time. Now let's do both shoulders. So inhaling both shoulders up, squeezing them in and holding the breath. And then when you're ready, and one more time like that, bring them up, squeeze them in, and then let them go. All right, now just a few shoulder circles. So take your shoulders and roll them back and do this mindfully. See if you can feel each part of the circle, almost like there's a clock face there. And you're going through every hour of the clock. All right, now let's take it and make it a little bit bigger. So now when your shoulders come forward, have the back of your hands facing each other. That's an internal rotation. And then take them up, and as you go out in the back, have your palms out. That's an external rotation. So now it's internal up and external back. So now we're letting the whole shoulder girdle rotate along with lifting and lowering the shoulders. Let's do that one more time. And now, see if you can bend your elbows with it, so it'll be even more extreme. So it'll be inhaling and exhaling, and inhaling and exhaling. So getting your arms involved, your chest a little bit more, front and back. So this goes along with the lungs kind of blooming. So inhaling and exhaling. One more time. Inhale and exhale. All right. So probably feeling that in your shoulders a little bit. So now let's just work with our head. We're going to move our head in all the different ways that your head moves, but then we're going to repeat it and add the arms to exaggerate it a little bit. So first we'll just start with moving the head up and down. So you're sitting tall, made space between each of the vertebrae in your spine. You've engaged your abdominals to keep you tall, and you've relaxed your shoulders back and down. When you inhale, leading with your chin, take your chin to the ceiling. Think about opening up and softening the front of your throat, but try not to be collapsing the back of your neck. So think about lifting the back of your skull and your chin at the same time. So you're lifting front and back. And you're breathing as you need to. Now the next time you exhale, think about drawing half a circle with your chin. So your chin comes forward, down, and then tucks into your collarbone. And then we pause here. Feel those muscles on the back of your neck lengthening and softening between the shoulders. Now try this back and forth with your breath. And if you hear weird background noise, it's the rain hitting my window where my computer is, so apologies. All right, so let's see if we can time it with our breath. So let's take a long inhale and let the chin float up towards the ceiling. And then a long exhale, bringing the chin down and in. Let's do that 2 more times, and then we'll add a little bit more. Up and down along the back of the neck, relaxing the shoulders. And last time like this, lifting up, releasing that skin on the front of the throat. Long exhale, coiling the head in and down, and even letting the shoulders round a little bit. So now, the next time you go up, see if you can arch your back. Take your head back a little bit and find a little back bend. And then when you exhale and bring your chin down, round your back. Feel a little stretch across your shoulders. And let's try that a few times. You can press on your thighs to help you reach up and back. And then exhale, draw the belly in, chin to collarbone, round the back. Even lean back a little. One more time. Take it up. And round it down. All right, now I'm going to go sideways so you can see what I'm talking about. We'll add the arms now. So now, when you look up, take your arms back. Have your palms face the wall behind you. And when you exhale and round, just bring your arms into a 90 degree, almost like you're going to embrace the top of your head. Just keep it like that and round. So then inhale, extend your arms, arch your back, and look up. Squeeze the shoulder blades together and away from the back of your skull. And then the next time you exhale, round your back, tuck your chin, and fold your elbows in. Yeah. So now turn forward to face you. So again, let's do this 2 more times. So big, this is our cat-cow variation. So big cow when we look up, and rounded cat when we come down. Let's do that 1 more time. So palms push back, shoulder blades pinch together, spine lengthens, and we open up. And then when you exhale, rounding, pull the belly in. Feel that stretch across the shoulders, chin is tucked, and then release. Now I know I go slow because I'm giving lots of instruction, and I'm hoping that your breath is a little slower, but always, if you need more than 1 breath as I'm talking, feel free to do that. All right, so that's taking the head forward and up and down in this plane, and then beginning to exaggerate it with our spine, and then adding our arms. So now let's look left and right. So when you are ready, take an exhale with a tall spine and look to your right, and just pause and see how that feels. Maybe notice where your eyes go so you can see how far the twist is. Inhale back to center, and then we'll exhale and look to the left. And oftentimes one side feels a little more complicated than the other, so just take note of that. Bring it back, and now a couple times with your breath. So exhale to the right, and again you might be slower or faster than me. Whatever you are, you'll inhale to center and then use a long, slow exhale to take yourself to the left. Do this 3 more times, and each time you do it, notice where your eyes go. And that'll help you determine if you're twisting a little deeper each time or not. You may begin to feel a little bit of muscle contraction around your spine, those little muscles. They're actually called the rotators. They're really short little muscles that connect one vertebra to the next, and they contract and release to help us twist. So last time like this, to the right, to the left, and then you'll come back. All right, so now we'll add the arms. So let's start with the right side. We'll just do the right a few times. So bring your arms in front of you like a 90-degree angle, just one arm, just one arm. We'll take an inhale here. And when you exhale, swing that arm out to the right. And look to the right, sorry. And then bring it back to center. And I think what I'd like to do is vary this. So now, this time, inhale here. Take your arm to the right and look to the left. So we'll alternate. I think that's good for the neck. And then bring it back to center. Inhale here. Exhale, look to the right, and the arm goes to the right. So feel that twist. Inhale back to center. And then exhale, look to the left. So the counter pose to that twist. Let's do one more set here with the right arm. So we're looking forward. When we exhale, head goes to the right and arm goes to the right. See how far to the right the arm can go, maybe behind you. Inhale back to center. And then exhale, look to the left as the arm goes to the right. And feel that opening, that broadening of the chest. Like you can move your heart forward and up a little. And then bring it back. And release that arm. Beautiful. All right, so now we'll do it with the left arm. So we bring the left arm up in front of us, and we'll start out looking to the left and taking the arm to the left when we exhale. So we inhale here, and exhale to the left, and bring it back to center. You can think of your arm almost like the rudder of a boat. And now when you exhale, take your arm to the left and your head to the right. Opening up the collarbones, moving away from each other. And then inhale back. And now we'll map it. So to the left with the hand and the head. Feel that maybe across the ribs and the belly. Come back to center. And then we'll take it in the arm. Slide it to the left. We'll do that one more time. So exhale, everybody to the left. Bring it back. Head goes to the right, arm goes to the left. And back. And release it. All right, so now your head can also move diagonally. So let's start going from the upper right corner to the left collarbone. All right, so we'll look up and to the right, leading with the chin. And then when you exhale, you'll bring your chin down to your left collarbone. Here just a little bit, maybe looking back through your armpit. And let's just find that gliding, smooth motion between these two spots. So inhale to lift the chin up, and then exhale, let that navel move back to the spine as you draw the chin to wherever it falls along the left collarbone. And let's do that 3 more times. You're looking for the smoothest continuous motion you can find that feels good in your body. All right, now after this one, come back and we'll add the arms. So this is what it'll look like. When we look up and to the right, you'll take your left arm and reach it back. And when we look down and to the left, you'll cross that arm over to the right collarbone. Okay. All right, so let's try that. So on an inhale, look up and to the right and extend your left arm back. So there's a really big diagonal from your chin to your fingertips. Now when you exhale and you draw the chin to the left collarbone and you're looking to the left, bring your left hand to the right. Your collarbone, your heart, your shoulder, your chest, wherever feels good. All right, that's it. Now let's do that 3 or 4 times with your breath. All right? Again, you may go slower or faster than me, but the goal is to try and extend the breath so it's deeper, smoother, flowing, coordinated with your movement. So find the pace that works for you. And see if you can make your breath audible. A little bit of constriction at the back of the throat. It's called ujjayi breathing in yoga. Sometimes they call it ocean breath or Darth Vader breath, or if you could imagine what it sounds like if you ever went scuba diving. Just a little vibration at the back of the throat. And that helps you move a little more slowly and smoothly. And after this one, then take a little break. We'll come back to center. See if the left and right sides of your neck are feeling it. All right. And now we'll try the other direction. So we'll be looking up to the left and then chin down to the right collarbone. First, just with the head. All right. So the inhale, it's like chin up and to the left. Get a little taller. And then exhale. Bring that chin down and to the right, but stay tall in your spine. Let the movement localize in your neck. And then let's do this 3 or 4 more times without your arms first, just the head. So you can focus on that rotation and movement of the neck, coordinating it with your breath. So we inhale, the chest expands and lifts as the neck goes to the left. And we exhale and draw that chin like it's heavy down to the right collarbone. Let's do 2 more like that. All right, then come back to center when you're done with those, and now we'll add the arm. So like we did on the other side, it'll be a mirror version of that. So when we go up to the left, the right arm will reach down and back. And when we bring the chin down to the right arm will go over to the left. Okay? So we're crisscrossing our body here. All right, so when you're ready, inhale, reach with that right hand, take the chin to the upper left corner of the room. And then long exhale, draw the belly in, drop the chin to the right collarbone. So just looking through your right armpit, and your right hand goes to your left shoulder. And now 4 more times with your breath. So it's like your arm is pumping the air and then emptying your lungs out. And 1 more time like this. And then when you're done those, come back to center. So we've done the head moving up and down to the left and right, and then diagonal. Now, we're going to put it all together and do neck circles. Now, the top of your neck, the bone is not round. So our shoulders and our hips, bones are round. And so that's why we can move in round places. Your wrists are not round, your fingers are not round, your elbows definitely not round. So we don't move in circles there. So our neck is not round at the top either, the bones. But what we can do is if we move slowly, like we're going along the hours of a clock, little by little, we can take the head and very carefully and mindfully move it. So we're moving the muscles in all different ways and stretching out any tension that we have without doing harm. All right, so I'll walk us through the first one. I'll pace us, and then I'll ask you to do it 2 more times in that direction, and then we'll switch and do it in the other direction. And this should feel really nice on your head and neck. All right, so on an inhale, inhale your chin up and think also still about lifting up the back of the skull. Pausing here. Now you're going to move your chin just a little bit to the right, like we're going to 1 o'clock on the clock face, and pause. And then drop your chin a little bit more to the right, like we're at 2 o'clock. And then bring your right ear towards your right shoulder. It's like we're at 3 o'clock. Your head is sort of sideways. Down a little bit more at 4 o'clock. You're starting to look at the floor. 5 o'clock, you might be looking at your right knee. And then 6 o'clock, we're right in the middle, feeling the back of the neck long. Inhale is 7 o'clock, so just shifting your chin to the left a little. Then 8 o'clock. Then 9 o'clock, head is nearly sideways. Now we start lifting with the chin to 10 o'clock, 11 o'clock, and then back to center, and that's noon or 12 o'clock. Now try that 2 more times in that direction and see if it can get a little easier. And you can do it slower or faster. Smooth it out so it's a continuous movement. And if there's any place that feels uncomfortable, you can pause or move in and out of that area a little bit with a small movement just to try and ease any resistance. But feel as though you're leading with your chin. Your chin is drawing this great big circle, lengthening your neck, and taking it in all the directions that it moves. And whenever you finish the third one, you'll bring your head level. And then just pause and see what your neck feels like. Draw your chin back a little bit so the back of the neck can lengthen. And your head is directly over, so it's also head over heart and heart over hips. Over and over again, lining up. Because we all do this. We kind of cave forward. So we need to sort of, sometimes they say back it up and stack it up. So just getting everything to line up. All right, let's try the neck in the opposite direction, okay? So when you inhale, we'll take the chin up to 12 o'clock again. And then we'll begin to move over to 11 o'clock, just a little to the left. And then 10 o'clock. And then the head is sideways at 9 o'clock. And then we start to look down if your eyes are open, 8 o'clock, 7 o'clock, you're sort of situated over the left knee. And then 6 o'clock, straight down in the center. 5 o'clock, we're shifting over towards the right knee. 4 o'clock, starting to lift up. 3 o'clock, maybe letting that right ear face the right shoulder. Then 2 o'clock, 1 o'clock, and back up. Now do this 2 more times, trying to describe the largest circle that you can. Keeping yourself in a pain-free range of motion. And while you're doing this, it's really important to send a message of love and compassion to all the cells of your body. That's how we keep ourselves healthy. It's directing that kind of compassion to every cell in our body. Like we're bathing every cell in life-giving oxygen and vitality. All right, after you finish the third one, then you can bring your head back to center and take just a moment to see how that feels. All right, we have just enough time for one more little sequence, and this is, again, to help us extend our breath and coordinate it with our movement. All right? So, on an inhale, bring the right arm up. When you exhale, let that right hand touch your left shoulder. Then inhale your left arm up, and exhale the left hand to the right shoulder. Take a big inhale here and get a little taller. And then exhale, we're going to lean over to the right. Inhale back to center, and exhale to the left. Come back to center, and inhale both arms straight up. And then exhale like you're pushing the air down and away as you come on down. Now we'll try it again, leading with the left. So big inhale, floats that left hand up. Get a little taller here. And then exhale, left hand comes to your upper back, wherever it falls. Next inhale, floats the right arm up. So you're using your breath as the engine. And exhale, let that hand become heavy and come on down. Inhale, get a little taller. And then exhale over to the left this time. Inhale back to center. Exhale to the right. Inhale back to center. Inhale the arms up. And then exhale the arms down. Let's do that again, and we'll add a little bit of something to it. All right, so inhale, it's like your arm just gets filled with helium and it floats up. And then when you exhale, it's like we're letting the air out of the balloon and that hand just falls. And then we inflate the left arm with our inhale and bring it up. And exhale, let that left hand fall wherever it will. Inhale, get tall. And exhale, we'll take it to the right now. Inhale back to center. And exhale it to the right. Let's inhale back to center. And you can interlace your hands at the back of your head now. Let's look up. So go forward and up. Your elbows are wide. Just a little back bend. And then when you exhale, bring your elbows around your head. You're not yanking it at all. You're just bringing your elbows close and drawing your chin down to your collarbone. Then inhale your elbows wide. And we'll just take that little tip to the right. Inhale back to center. And a little exhale to the left. And inhale back to center. Inhale your arms straight up. And exhale, push the air down like you're pushing, I think, like a beach ball under the water if you're in a pool, what it takes to do that. And then relax. Now we'll do that one more time on the left side. So inhale the arm up. So long inhale. You can look up as that arm floats up. And then exhale, navel to spine as that hand drops down. Then right hand comes up. And right hand comes down. Inhale and get tall. And let's exhale over to the left. Inhale to center using those abdominals. And let's exhale to the right. Inhale back to center. And we'll interlace our hands, back of our head now. And then we'll use an inhale to float up. So your hands can help pick the weight of your head up. So you can lengthen your spine. And then exhale, the elbows will close in and gently roll the chin to the collarbone. And then inhale back to center. And we'll go to the left. Inhale to center, nice and slow, and long, smooth exhale to the right. Come back to center. And then to finish it out, take the arms up, turn the palms away, and push those beach balls under the water. And release your arms. What's called a pelvic pop. Move our low back. Right, so we're going to move in circles that way, or move the chest that is working for you today. So let's and maybe those bones are nice and balanced on the chair. Let's start by going to the left. Just start to lean over to the left, and then circle around back. Take your torso back, over to the right. Take it nice and slow and come forward. So let's imagine we're at the clock face again. Forward, so we're at 12 o'clock. Now we're at 1, 2, 3, we're over to the left, and we start to go back. 4, 5, at 6 o'clock, we're back as far as we can go. 7, 8, and 9, we're moving to the right. 10, 11, 12. Come upright, and we'll do it one more time in the opposite direction just to bring a little symmetry to the body. So take a big inhale, get tall. And when you exhale, lean forward. You can bring the heart a little bit more forward, so we're at 12 o'clock. And then we'll go to the right. I realize I counted backwards on the other one. So 1 o'clock, 2 o'clock, 3 o'clock. Feel that weight on the right sit bone. Then 4, 5, and 6. We're in the back. 7, 8, 9. On the left sit bone, and then 10, 11, and you move back to center. And then push yourself upright. All right. Take just a moment. Find your sit in the way that makes you feel really good about yourself again. Maybe have a little wiggle in your body. Close your eyes. And if you can remember the sensation or the emotion or the state of mind that you had at the beginning of the class, and then whether or not your body matched it, just give it another feel. How does your mind feel now? Does it feel any different? Anything shifted? And then how does your body feel? And just breathe between the two. So mind, body, unified by breath. Take a big inhale through both nostrils and sigh it out, letting go of all tension, all stagnant energy, and anything that no longer feels us. Beautiful. Bring your hands together in front of your heart. Lower your chin. Just take a moment to honor yourself. And you might know that you are 37 trillion cells in your body, all working together to perceive your body on the inside, on the outside, for the left and right sides of your brain to communicate together and make a full picture of the world around us. Digesting your food, doing all sorts of things that we often don't think about and don't thank. So let's just take a moment to thank our bodies for all the things that it does for us. Send a little love inward. Send a little love out into the world. And the light, the life, and the love within me sees and honors the light, the life, and the love within each of you.